This is going to be a real quick video on the command staff management dashboard, the officer productivity dashboard on a new page that was added to track some administrative codes within Flex. So in the employee table, there's an admin section. In that admin section, you can click on it and add different things, commendation letters, training, advancements, but you can also add things like letters of reprimand or use of force. The thing about this tracking use of force in this section is you can track it by the officer and what was the action taken. So it was unfounded, letter of reprimand, dismissed, whatever happened on that use of force. The problem with tracking use of force just by the law incident is it's usually you don't know what officer used the force. For instance, if you had a law incident for a domestic and there was 3 or 4 officers there and one of them used use of force but it wasn't the assigned officer, what is the best way to track that? And that's where I feel this dashboard page will solve that issue. Some states like Utah are requiring that you track the officer and the action taken for a use of force. So on the new CompStat officer productivity, you go to home, go to command staff dashboard. Then you'll see this new button. When you click on that, it'll bring up test groups and it'll bring up whatever you've set up for what type of action is in there, whatever type. So you see commendation, probations, use of force, whatever you set up in there. And then when you click into it, it'll start showing you what happened and what officer it was. You can also go to that officer and look at the corresponding information on the other codes on what they received. So that's the button. The setup on it is you click here, you go down to the command staff settings, and then you see this new tab here. You click on here, and you can create a new admin, so you could create one just for use of force. And if you had 2 or 3 different use of force, you could put that up there. And then you could also put up information that you also wanted to track with it if you wanted to, and put it up there. In this case, you would just save it give it a group name and save it like all the other pages in the dashboard. And what you would end up with, let's just create another one here real quick. So what you would do is you create one, call it force all, and then you would come down to the use of force, put them all up there like that, save the changes, and now you would have a new category called use of force. And when you went to the command staff dashboard and you went into the administrative codes, you would have a new one called use of force right here. That would bring up all of them because I put them all in there, and then it would bring up the officers along with it here. So that's the new page on 6.3.1. There are some other changes, but they're pretty subtle. A lot of stuff within the the navigation and some bug fixes and some other small events, but are small changes. And we'll put out a full user's manual on this at a later time. Thank you.